In the early 2000s, there was a family that liked to watch movies. And one day, that family rented a little VHS called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. The two girls of the family, oh my god, they loved Harry Potter. Every time they watched the movie, they would start shaking and screaming, "Oh Harry, the boy who lived, the boy who lived." It was a borderline religious experience for them. But for the actual boy of the family, he just kept thinking to himself, it's kind of mid though. Years go by, and the girls, they just fall deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. Harry Potter posters, Ministry of Magic toilet decals, Chamber of Secrets panties, knockoff Chinese Harry Potter spin-offs. The house became filled with all kinds of Potter crap. It wasn't just the girls though, the whole world loved Harry Potter. "Oh, look at me, I'm going to platform 9 3/4. Wait for me, Hogwarts Express." Oh my goodness, Hermione Granger's absolutely gorgeous. Guess what? The Hogwarts Express, it isn't real. Guess what? Hermione Granger, she ain't all that. She's mid. And while the girls and the whole world freaked out about Harry Poonsack, the boy, he just wanted to get home from school and watch Naruto. But they wouldn't even let him do that. They called him a freak. They called him a degenerate. They said he perpetually smelled like ass. All because he liked to watch anime. Why is it socially acceptable for you to like moaning Myrtle, but it isn't okay for that boy to appreciate the nubile forms of strong, independent kunoichi? Ew, you're in love with the drawing. Yeah, guess what? She is very gorgeous to me. That family was my family, and that boy was me. I want to make this clear. I don't hate the movies. They're alright. In fact, some of them I really like. My favorite movie would definitely have to be The Goblet of Fire. Yeah. I love me a good old-fashioned tournament arc. The Triwizard Cup is basically the Harry Potter tuning exams, and I'm definitely into that. My favorite scene in Harry Potter is that bit in Goblet of Fire when Harry instant transmissions to the finish line and he's holding Cedric's dead body. And everybody starts cheering, "Go crazy, go stupid, ah!" And Cedric's dad is all like, "That's my boy, that's my boy!" And Harry's just crying in pain. "Oh, Cedric, I loved you." And then everybody realizes Cedric's dead. And then Cedric's dad is all like, "Oh, that's my boy, that's my boy." I love sad shit, my guy. The pain, the bitterness, the tightness in my chest, it gives me strength. It gives me power. All that dark energy, it just starts bubbling inside of me, right into my booty hole. And now that you know my secret, I'm gonna have to Avada Kedavra! I liked Goblet of Fire so much that in fact I started properly reading the books. I worked my way through the novels and that shit was pretty tight. So tight in fact that one fateful night I discussed the tightness of the Harry Potter books with my family. During this discussion I mentioned how when I was reading the books I noticed that in one of them there were sections where the words were kinda messed up. The typing and stuff, it was wrong in places. And my dad, his eyes did that Mr. Krabs $ shit. He started cheering, "Oh honey, get out the red panties, we're gonna be rich." Now, I have literally no idea if this is true, but apparently if you find like a messed up copy of a book or something, you can get money. Me saying that one of the Harry Potter books we owned was jacked up, well, that was start of FML incident number 1. After my big reveal, me and my fam spent the rest of the night inside my parents' bedroom going through every page of every Harry Potter book that we owned. This wasn't a fun family activity, by the way. This was an operation. This was Call of Duty Black Ops. We spent hours, and I mean hours, trying to find the cursed book, but we didn't. And when my dad realized it was time to put away the red panties, shit, I knew I was in trouble. No butthole magic could have protected me for what was about to happen. No defense against the dark arts could have stopped my father's vengeance. My dad used one of the forbidden spells, Asian parent style, La Belt Jutsu, and punished me for my sins. Dad, please, it was a mistake. Papa's going to punish you, little boy. FML incident numero dos. had nothing to do with my family, but was just as painful. When I was growing up, there was this tiny little park 2 minutes away from my house. Man, that park was the spot. It had all the best equipment, swings, climbing frames, slides, the best of the best. My go-to was this one toy equipment thingy that was just a pole with a rotating platform on the bottom. Bro, that was my shit. Me and the homies would go sicko mode on that thing. We'd absolutely rip it like a Beyblade and then just vibe all dizzy and shit on the asphalt. On one fateful day like any other, there I was having fun at the park when this newbie, this little ginger girl, joins me and my crew for a game of Let's Pretend We're at Hogwarts. When we started assigning who would be which character, I put myself forward to be the main man, Harry. Now, usually I wouldn't do this, but it just so happened that day I had a cut on my forehead like Harry's lightning scar. This should have been a unanimous decision. I should have been Harry, but nope. This little ginger brat that I had never met before, she comes up to me and she goes, "You can't be Harry!" My crew that day consisted of myself, a brown individual, my cousin, also a brown individual, and a friend of mine, a blue-eyed, blonde-haired, Caucasian individual. This stuck-up ginger girl, guess what she does? She goes up to Blondie and says he should be Harry Potter.
Oh my god!
Well, I couldn't stand for this injustice. So I pushed her over. And this girl, she says, "My uncle is actually the groundskeeper of this park. I'm going to have you kicked out." And guess what? The groundskeeper kicked me and my cousin out of the park. I didn't go to my local park for like 3 months thanks to that idiot.
I'm the Joker, baby.
You know that meme where it's Spider-Man holding the ferry together with his webs and one side of the ferry represents one's gooch and the other side of the ferry represents one's ballsack and then Spider-Man represents that one pubic hair? That's how I feel about the name Cho Chang. That name! It's a violation! It's like one syllable away from being Ching Chong. I've seen people defend it online. Oh, it's actually a traditional Chinese name. And you know what? They might be right. But let me say this, when J.K. Rowling was coming up with these names back in the 90s, she definitely didn't know any of that. J.K. Rowling definitely thought she was cooking with that Ching Chong type of flow. Can we talk about the Yule Ball? Let's talk about the Yule Ball. It was disappointing enough to see how dismissive Harry and Ron were about the chance to dance with two intelligent, independent Indian baddies. It was disappointing enough to see the whole wizarding world throb over Hermione Granger. But to see the costume designers give the two Indian twins glorified handkerchiefs as outfits, why, that was outrageous. That was disgusting. Honestly, I'm fine with Hermione. I'm fine with the handkerchiefs. But you know what unironically threw me over the edge? In Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Albus Potter changes the timeline in a way that means Victor Crumb never asked Hermione to be his date to the Yule Ball. In this alternate reality, Ron never realizes how apparently sexy Hermione is, so guess what he does? He just keeps going out with this absolute baddie, Padma Patil, as his multiversal sloppy seconds. And in this alternate reality, he has a kid. A kid named Panju Weasley. Panju Weasley? Panju Weasley! The third and final FML incident took place over an entire summer. My local library held this event thingy where basically if you read 20 books in like 2 months, they would give you special tickets to see an epic movie premiere. You had to properly read them books too, no manga allowed, and you would get interviewed about each book and everything. It was legit, okay? As a man of will and fortitude, I knew I needed them tickets, boy. So I did what I had to do and I started reading. You should have seen me. I was in proper big brain mode. I had activated more than 10% of my brain. It was like I had the Gale Force reading glasses from Fairy Tail. It was like I was the bowl cut head chick from Indiana Jones 4 at the end of the movie when the crystal skull Donnies are incepting her with knowledge and she's all like, "Tell me, I'm ready, I want to know." know. I'm ready. I want to know. I read those 20 books and I got those movie tickets. Those movie tickets. They never told us what movie those movie tickets would be for. It was Harry Potter. I wasted my summer to watch Harry Potter in a smelly old Odeon, surrounded by smelly, annoying Potterheads. Truly, FML.